What do the first quarter employment gains mean for the housing market? I'll explain next on Tom's Take. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. Excellent news coming out of the employment sector that we are on the road to recovery. 62% of the jobs lost during the pandemic have been recovered. And that's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, there's still a lot of people out of work, so I'm not excited that those people haven't found employment yet. My point here is we are on the road to recovery as people get vaccinated, they return to work, more businesses open. So this is good news in general for the U.S. population that people are getting their jobs back, especially those that lost their jobs back about a year ago when things got shut down and the pandemic really took full force. So there's still 9.7 million people that are unemployed. And that's 4 million higher than February 2020. So we've still got a way to go here. Not all the jobs have been recovered. And the service industry in particular, they've seen the biggest deficit in jobs lost versus that have been gained so far. And that's obviously because a lot of these restaurants haven't been able to open. A lot of bars and other places, you can't even go there right now. You're still not allowed to gather. So they did see in March 280,000 more jobs added. So that's really important that even that industry is going in the right direction. And what the Mortgage Banker Association, what they think is going to happen by the end of the year is unemployment should dip below 5%. And that's right around where it was pre-pandemic. So that's all excellent news for people that are still out of work, that it looks like we are on this road to recovery here, which is really, really critical. And the other component that's important is that residential construction jobs are up 3.9% from where they were in February 2020. So there's a lot of data, a lot of employment information. What does this mean for the housing market? And more importantly, what does it mean for buyers and for sellers? So if you're a buyer right now and more people are gaining employment and there's more jobs coming back to the market, that tells me there's going to be more demand for housing. And knowing that rates are projected to continue to tick up here as we go through the rest of the year, if you find something now that's maybe that 75% of your wish list or 3/4 of the way toward the ideal home that you're looking for, because you can lock in a lower payment and because there's probably going to be more competition coming from these other sectors here as people get their jobs back, you may want to move on that now, because every month that goes by, given the current appreciation rate of home prices, it might cost you another $5,000 to $10,000 as you continue to wait. And if you're a seller, what this means, and this is kind of twofold, if you know where you're going, you're in a great spot. If you've got that next home lined up, you can take advantage of these market conditions. As more jobs continue to get added, there's going to be more demand. And I'm not saying you should wait, because some of these people aren't going to buy right away. Some of them are going to be looking at, hey, payments went up because rates went up, and I may have to pull back from the housing market. Purchase loan applications are still up, but refinances have come way back, and there's people that have retreated from the market because they can't afford what they want anymore now that rates have gone up. So, and if you look at the jobs that really have been lost more than anything else, it's been the service industry. And as much respect as possible to the service industry, a lot of times that's a stepping stone job to get into something more permanent. So they weren't a lot of those people that are buying homes right now. So the point of all this is that this is some good data coming out, and this is really great for the economy. And what I anticipate here is the second half of the year, the economy is really going to take off, where you'll see more consumer spending, more discretionary spending. People are getting vaccinated, they're going on vacations, they're going to be going to restaurants and spending money a little more freely. So if you're a seller, that may actually pull back the pool of buyers that you have right now in this inventory-starved market. So the whole point is there's a lot of stuff to go over here. If you have any specific questions about your needs, it's all going to be very independent based on a lot of other factors. Make sure you get in touch with a real estate professional to accurately assess it. Great news on the housing front, great news on the job front. The jobs are getting added, and hopefully that recovery continues. If you need anything, you know where to reach us. Otherwise, we'll be back next week. You're definitely going to want to watch this one.